Everybody, welcome to episode 4 of The Drop. My name is Paul Turner, and this is where we explore Christian music that dropped last week and how you might be able to use it in your youth ministry. And please forgive me for missing last week. I did not drop a video last week because I have a very good reason. I was on a mission trip with my youth group, and we went to Costa Rica, and it was a most excellent time. And so I am back with you this week to talk about the music that dropped and how you might be able to use it in your youth ministry. So let's get it started. Today I want to start off with Lindy Conant and the Circuit Riders. First of all, I love the name. That's just a fun name. It reminds me of those old revival days where, you know, those preachers would go around and go around on their horses and go from place to place, the Circuit Riders, right? And so this is a deluxe version of the album, so I'm glad they put out the deluxe album because I had missed the first album, obviously, but there's a ton of great songs on here. Let me say there's as far as dropping stuff in your youth room and pumping it through your speakers, I recommend All or Nothing, Freight Train, and Not My Will. All three songs would be really cool. They're laid back. They're not super heavy. But this is one of those kind of, once again, you know, it's not really pop. I don't want to say it's pop, but it's really good worship music that's kind of turned up a little bit. And so I think that'll really kind of fit into your youth room. It's just kind of get ears perked up and get kids listening. For the worship part. Now, this is pretty much a worship album. Let me just say something about the deluxe album too, by the way, that you're getting on the deluxe album. You're getting a few bonus tracks, I believe, and you're getting 3 videos, which would be pretty cool that you can use in your youth room and put it on your TVs and whatnot. But the best thing about this too, because you're getting all this music, it's only right now, it is only $4.99. At the time that I am saying this, it is now the 16th of June, and right now the album is only $4.99 for the deluxe album. So I recommend you totally go out and get it because there's worship songs on there like How We Love You and Come What May, and both of those are really, really good worship songs. I think you can be able to find the chords on there, and I think your youth group would flow with it, but they're really cool worship songs. I really enjoy those. Also, Bible study wise, what can you use for Bible study? Well, it has a song called Isaiah 6. Well, nothing sets you up for a Bible study like the actual verse scripture, right? You have a book and a chapter right there. So you could listen to the song, open up Isaiah 6. It flows perfectly with the chapter, and the song connects with it, and so you could really use that as a very cool worship experience, as well as a Bible study if you want to do it that way, because you can put pictures and images with Isaiah 6. But like I said, you can also do the Bible study with it. And the arts, once again, you could also do Isaiah 6, could be I want to say a drama, but I could also say you could have kids come out and put up like verses as they kind of go along through the scripture. That would be kind of a cool artsy thing you could do with that. How We Love You is also a pretty cool song that you might be able to do a little bit of drama or a little bit of interpreting of the song to be able to get the point across of the song. And then finally, there's a great song on there called Take Courage. And I like that song because I think that's what a lot of kids have to do at the altar time, right? They have to be able to step up. They have to be able to take courage in what God is saying to them, be able to step forward. So I totally look at Take Courage and say that would be a good altar song. So I recommend you guys use that. And we're moving on. All right, let me hit you with a little Brinson.
Ahead of your grind. The Bible is true. It's healing the blind.
Brinson has a new album with 7 songs on it. It is called Black Canvas UWMA 2, and it is just chock full of good songs. Now, literally, you could put the whole album on this. If you want to just let this go, just let it roll in your youth room there. But if you want to just pick a couple of songs, I would totally, I got to quit saying totally, okay? Remind me of that. Don't let me say totally anymore, okay? That is so totally 80s. Make me stop. Songs that you want to use on there are What They Saying, Applause, and I'm Still Alive. Now, there's not a ton of worship songs on there per se. Not that you can't worship to hip-hop music, but there is a good Bible study song on there, and it's called Grudges. Now, look, if if you're living in a hole somewhere, you don't have any of these grudges or anything like that, but people have grudges and people dealing with things, and the song "Grudges" on this album really addresses that. Even in Christian music and Christian artistry and in churches and things like that, people carry around these grudges. Well, this would be a great song to lead into some of those things that maybe some of your kids have some grudges. Maybe they got them against you. Maybe they got them somebody else in the youth group. Maybe they got them against God. And great opportunity to talk about those things using the song "Grudges." Now, if you are looking for something artistic, also altar time, at the very last, there's the Sinner's Prayer. Now, if you use this, you can use it in a way where you can either maybe put the lyrics on a slide and play it. It's about a minute and a half, somewhere around there. And you can use that as your altar time, prayer time, and play it through and just let kids listen or pray along with it or something like that. And then come back up and kind of end it or wrap it up with your kids. Super excited to talk to you about this next band. It is Red. And Red has reissued, is now 10 years old, and has reissued End of Silence. And somewhere there will be a link right around here somewhere when I get around to making a video of my favorite albums that are 10 years old, so be looking for that. And it is a very cool breakout album for them. There is just a ton of great hits on there, but also in this it's remastered. It sounds so clean. It sounds so cool. The acoustic songs are phenomenal, and we'll get into that in just a second. But if you are not familiar with Red, they have I got to see them in concert a few years ago, and they just rocked the house. It was just amazing. Go see them live if you have an opportunity. But in your youth room, of course, I recommend Breathe Into Me and Give It All Away. Of course, you can play the whole album if you want to. It's not all, hard and whatever, but these two songs will definitely get people listening. If you want to talk about a Bible study, there's a great song there called Pieces. It talks about how we are broken. It talks about how we come back to God after we have just fallen to pieces, and we need God to kind of put those pieces back together. So there's a whole Bible study around that. You can use puzzle pieces, you can use broken pieces of glass. There's all kinds of things you can use with it. The arts, if you're looking for, there's a 7-minute, and this is not album only, this is a 7-minute jam called Circle. And it could be worth the whole album, but it is just a very, very cool song. Lots of epic instrumental, a lot of kind of movie soundtrack kind of vibe to it. And you could use that for all kinds of stuff. You could use that in videos. You could use that in, doing introduction of maybe some scriptures or things like that. But it's very, very cool. And so I highly recommend it. But for a 7-minute jam as part of the remastered album, it's pretty cool. Also, there are 4 acoustic tracks on there. If you were to choose a song, it's If I Break and Pieces are both very good songs that you could use for altar time, because obviously kids come and they want to bring those broken pieces back to God, right? They want to bring broken lives back to God. Also, If I Break, also a good song, kind of goes together, but it really talks about the brokenness. Both songs talk about the brokenness of teenagers, and so what a great song to say, hey God, come back to the altar and, hey, look, I want to bring you my broken pieces and put me back together, right? If you don't own this album already, this is the album you want to get. It's remastered. 4 acoustic songs on there that are really cool, and of course the 7-minute Circle Jam. So go out there and get that right now. For the 4th album on the drop today, I want to talk about Jill Parr. Now, Jill Parr has been making albums since around 2003. She got some great albums, and I knew about her, but I don't know if I truly invested in her. But this album she has, I Still Want More, has a certain depth to it and a certain rawness. But even so, when I went back and listened to her previous albums, let me just go through this. In the Youth Room, simple. Don't Stop, Be the Change, Fly, and Freedom Waits. All great songs. You can put those in the mix, put them in your playlist, let them roll. One of the cool things that I'm noticing about Jill Parr is that she likes to do cover songs. On this album, on her current album, she has I Still Believe by a great band. One of my favorite bands of all time is The Call, and I'll have to do a show on that one day. But she doesn't cover that. But not only that, if you look back at her history, she does a lot of really great covers. She does If I Ever Lose My Faith by the Police on her 2003 Orbit. She does Have a Little Hope by Paul Allen on a 2006 Me Again album. And also on the same album, I'll Stand By You by the Pretenders. And she kills it on the 2006 album, Me Again. And they're just really good covers. If nothing else, you should be interested in Jill Parr just for the covers. They're really, really good. Finally, Jill Parr does do a couple of covers. She does Good Father and Revelation Song. Now listen, don't hate me, but can we stop with Revelation Song? I like Revelation Song, and I like the way Jill Parr sings it, and I even like the way Carrie Job sings it, but can we move on? If you enjoyed today's episode, which I hope you did, I hope that you'll leave me some feedback and some comments down below, and let me know which of these albums you're interested in or have been maybe reintroduced to. I would love to hear about that and maybe how you might use some of the songs. If you are brand spanking new to this channel, thanks for hanging out for a little while. If you want more videos like this in your inbox and you're interested in videos about youth ministry and music and things like that, this is your place. This is where you want to be. Click right here and you will get videos like this in your inbox on a regular basis. And if you're a regular, as always, I appreciate you guys. In fact, I'm going to do a little contest with Jill Parr. Have you seen Jill Parr's album cover? Yeah, creepy eyes. Click here to enter the Jill Parr What the Heck Am I Looking At contest, and I'll tell you more about it in there. But until next time, I'll see you guys next week on The Drop.
Great, cut, miss, what the mission is. Why you, I was thinking beats be hitting. Lines, hooks.